there. I recently received some fashion spray from Marabu. Now, I have never played with fabric paint, even. Like, no, I really can't remember ever playing with fabric paint. So I definitely have never played with fabric spray. I didn't even know it existed until I went on their website. So I picked out some colors, and I also got some fashion liners. So I thought these would be great for just like, you know, mark making, and if I wanted to write a word or something. They have a nice fine tip, and I thought I could figure out something to do with it. So for the fashion sprays, I have red and night blue, Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you pronounce it, and this one is a shimmer spray. It's a fashion shimmer, which I didn't realize it when I picked it out. I meant to get just all fashion sprays, but I really wanted this color, so now I'm wondering if maybe this color didn't come in just a plain fashion spray. I have no idea. I would have to go back to their website and check. But I do love the color, and a little bit of shimmer won't hurt. And in the fashion liners, I have, let me find the color name. I don't see the name of the color. Oh, on top. It's Caribbean again, black, and raspberry. So of course I had to get a black because that would be great for mark making. And well, this is like my favorite color. And I thought this was a very pretty paint. It reminded me like of the magenta that I like. I thought it was pretty close. So honestly, I really don't know what I'm doing. This is a collaboration between Marabu and Gel Press. So I will be using my gel plate. Okay, so I have some thin, I don't know what kind of fabric this is, maybe cotton. And I'm just going to apply some okay, so I'm just going to take some fashion spray and spray it on my gel plate and get it onto my fabric, and we'll see what happens. You can see all the shimmer left behind from the green. Now I have not cleaned my plate because, you know, I never do. So there may be some surprises. I love these colors. That one may need to be cleaned. I'm going to take a stencil. It's by the Crafters Workshop, and it is called Inkprint. And I'm going to take, still want it to be a part of the background and not too busy. I'm going to do it this way. Let's try it that way. Nope. That did not work. Ooh, that one may have. Got a little bit of the print there. That needs to dry. That looks cool. So you're not going to get a perfect print, obviously, but it still looks good. That color is beautiful. I am going to take another Crafters Workshop stencil. It is called Scalloped Mandala. Now I'm going to I'm going to move this down. I'm going to spray and then lift my stencil and put it down on my fabric. I'm going to take an extra sheet of fabric and go right on top. Oh, look at it. And while that is doing that, I will soak up some of this red. That's so pretty. I want some of that turquoise. Dry. Let's see how this did. Yay, it worked. Yay. Oh my gosh. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. I love that. That is beautiful. Woohoo! So excited. Now what? Oh, now I'm too excited. I don't know if there's any ink left on the plate. A little bit of blue. Okay. Okay. I need a little bit more ink on this one. I think I'm just gonna go with some, oh yeah, my green doesn't want to work. I've heard if you put it upside down, keep it compressed for a while. Let's see. Okay, we'll let it go. Nope. I may have to run it under hot water. Oh, there we go. Yay. I'm gonna try and make sure I keep the tips clean. I don't want too much green in that one, so I'm gonna do this one first. Get some green. Yeah, the green, all the shimmer wants to stick to the plate. I'm going to try adding water. And then, let's see. Okay, I'm going to try this circle tiles. It's another Crafter's Workshop. How do I want to do this one? And what color? I think I want to save the night blue for like a top accent color where it's so dark. So I'm gonna go with the blue, the Caribbean. I'll leave that on and put it over to the side, and then take this one and get that. You can see the pattern. That is subtle and pretty. I'm going to bring this back. I just love these two colors together. And that is the Caribbean and the Shimmer Rosita. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's so pretty. Not sure what this one will do, layered wallpaper, but that's my last sheet. I'm gonna go with a bit of red. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not getting a definite pattern, but at least it's just not doing the whole solid print. You're not getting the pattern, but you're getting a pattern. You can't be picky when you're working with sprays on a gel plate. Sprays in general really are hard to control. Now that would be cool. Oh, I'm afraid of ruining it because I love it, but maybe I can just get little bits, like barely let it touch. So I'm just getting some dots, just a little bit. So that's that. I'm gonna give this one a few more dots. So while making the rest of the album, I was listening to music or watching videos on the computer, so I have to do a voiceover for the rest. Here I am using another Crafters Workshop stencil called Microdots. And I'm using the Night Blue Fashion Spray. And I didn't want to spray it directly from the bottle because I don't like that overspray that you get, and I wanted to have more control. So I just sprayed some out onto my gel plate, and I am using a makeup sponge wedge and applying it that way. Now the sponge really does sop up all that fashion spray, so you do have to continuously spray more into the gel plate, but it was no big deal. So I'm just adding the dots to all the sheets just to tie them all together. I have my window open because it's a beautiful day, so you may hear traffic going by, but it is just too nice to not have the window open. So here I'm using another Crafters Workshop stencil, and it is called Delicate Impressions. Yes. And that other one, it was not called Microdots, it was called Script Dots. And they're both designed by Rebecca Meyer. Actually, I think I used almost all of her stencils on this album. It wasn't intentional, it was kind of the mood I was going for. I wanted it to be somewhat like fall theme, and I don't know, it was just the look. It was her stencils that kind of fit the look I was going for. So here you can see how the fashion liners are great for little mark making. I never did try to write a word with it. And that one was a black. Art Deco Leaves. This one is actually by Julie Faye Fan Balzer, and it is still a Crafters Workshop stencil. I get the feeling I'm going to end up trying to use this fashion spray on paper. I really like the colors, and I don't use fabric a lot, so I think I'm going to end up using it on paper. And we'll see what that does. I don't usually wear gloves when I art, but the sprays were quite messy, and I was getting it all over. It was mostly because I was using the sponge, where the sponge was just like soaking up the spray, and then when I would hold on to the sponge and dab it, it would just ooze out onto my fingers. And I do have to work outside of the home, so I thought it was best to try to keep my hands a little bit more clean. Oh, this is a Crafters Workshop stencil as well, and it is called Laurel Wreath. I like the little bumblebee on it. I'm guessing it's a bee. Although I didn't get the stripes when I stenciled it because the spray or the fashion liner oozed in between. But it still looks like a fly, so that's good enough. When you're using the fashion sprays, you can pretty much use it the same as you would like acrylic sprays or dilution sprays. It works on fabric. And the other stuff does as well, but this will actually set in fabric. So here I'm using the black fashion liner to doodle the same as I would if I was doing this on paper. I tend to take a pen and sometimes doodle around the stencil. And I thought, why not do that with the fashion liner? So I went for a very loose, sketchy look, not trying to be perfect. And now I'm taking the Caribbean fashion liner and just filling in some of the scallops around the outer edge. They're great for adding those little dots as well. This is the closest I came to trying to write with it, and all I did was scribble, but I loved the look of it. So of course I had to go back onto all the pages and add it. And with the color being so light, it was really nice for just a little added touch to the background without it being too bold. So this is it for part 1. There is going to be a part 2 because it is quite long for all one video. So stay tuned for part 2. so much for stopping by. Let me know if you like my videos by leaving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also head over to my Instagram account and say hi to me over there. If you have any video requests, leave a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. And don't forget to check out my other videos.